Okay guys, so recently I did a haul video, and actually I just did it, so with a bunch of stuff from Crafter's Companion, other things I picked up on HSN, but I did have this Hexagon Petal box die, and so I'm going to go ahead and do a review for you guys because it came out last year. It's been a while, but they ran out of them or whatever. They didn't bring them back on HSN. I didn't really see them anywhere else. I know Close to My Heart, obviously, no, Close to My Heart, I keep saying that. Crafter's Companion obviously has a site, but like I don't remember seeing them on there because I would have picked it up already. So I'm just going to open this up real quick. I'm going to keep it kind of together because I do like, sometimes on things like this, if I can keep this plastic intact, that's what I'd rather do. And then I'll just keep storing it this way. So basically you have your two pieces. This is the box top and this is the box base. Now there's a base piece, or like on both of these, I don't mean base like the base of the box. This whole piece would cut out its own thing, and then there's little shapes that go with that or cut out too. So there should be a frame, and each one has a frame, which is kind of silly. So they give you 3 of these little squares. So basically you can cut that out of your box, you can leave that, you can cut a square with like one of these designs imprinted or cut out on the inside of it. You can just make a plain square so that has like a black background like this. So you can see the box base is lavender, but then maybe you have a dark purple, and then you cut out that cute little white, and you still cut both of them out with the outer square. I hope that makes sense. So anyway, there's those. This comes with different patterns. Some are going one way, some are going the other, but I guess if you switch it, you can probably change that up. It's kind of interesting though, because it has this net. I guess that net still coordinates with like this. Like this has 3 different patterns, but this part has 1, 2, 3, I guess 3 different designs that kind of coordinate with these guys, obviously. And then this is 1, 2 designs. But like I said, these hexagonals are going opposite ways. I don't know. I think if you were to cut it and just turn it, wouldn't it be the same? Anyway, they give you plenty of these little extra pieces. That way you're not cranking out one little piece at a time for all these 6 layers or whatever, right? For the 6 areas. So right now, the base ones I'm going to pick out are these guys, which is the box top. And again, these each have an outer cutting. I'll show you right now. Ooh, this is really stuck on here. I'm going to need that. Each one of these comes with an outer piece too. There's the outer piece and then that inner, so you have plenty of little rectangles and things to cut with. And then I'm gonna need this one, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut out my box base right now. What's funny is I was like, oh, do I have something long enough, because this is gonna need an extended pad from your Gemini or from your Empress or whatever you use. So my Cuttlebug, I have extended dies and I already have them open. I've been using them, so I'm just gonna use these guys, but I've had these forever, so I have the B, 2 B's, a C, and A, and everything, right? Got it ready to go. So I'm just going to use these to cut these out, but you can cut out whatever machine you have. I'm going to, oh, sorry, pick out some paper. Just layer my paper right here, and go ahead and run that through my machine, and I'll be right back with, I need this 1 piece, and I need 2 pieces of this bottom one. Okay, so the bottom base, we're going to cut out 2 pieces, the top just 1 piece. And I'll be right back to get my coffee for this one, because this one is not easy. There are no instructions on this box, and there probably should be, to be honest, because, you know, who knows what happens in the future, you misplace them, but hopefully in the meantime you've made a box or 2 and you kind of remember what you're doing. But this is not super easy, and I hope I can explain this easily. So let's start off with the box base, because this is easier. So you cut out 2 pieces. You do run it back through with your embossing mat just so that you can get the actual like lines. Mine kind of shifted because I wasn't really trying to take care of what was going on. I just did it. So just so you know, try to kind of maybe keep the embossing mat on there. So what you're going to do is stick these 2 together, okay? So the box base is going to be 1 piece. So I will need some glue. You know what? I'm going to use a tape pen, even though I hope it doesn't come apart. But I just want to get this done. So let's just put it together. I would normally use a wet glue for something like this, to be honest, because I just like the bonding of a wet glue. And these guys are just going to come together. So you have those 2 pieces. I did make it so that this other part is on the outside. I guess if you wanted to, you can cut one of these off so you don't have a bottom that looks like this. Do you know what I'm saying? just use the one side and cut this piece off. You know, let's do that. I know I don't want to be extra, but at the same time, it looks kind of ugly. So let's go ahead and cut one of these away. And hopefully that doesn't make a problem. I'm just, right now, going off of what I just feel like doing. Okay. So I'm just cutting that away just to make it look a little neater, okay? Again, try to line that up really nice. And I think that does look better at the bottom. Just a nice crisp line instead of that weird thing. And I'll get rid of that extra goo. Okay. So we have all kinds of scoring lines. We're going to fold up towards the middle of the box on those scoring lines, right? Like I said, mine shifted a little bit, so I'm not going to get too upset about that. And also, I'm not going to cut out the decorations. Sorry, guys, the little panels. Maybe I'll show you real quick what I mean so that you understand what I'm saying when they have the extra pieces or the blackout. But, I mean, I'm saying it's just a blackout square. And then this all has... And again, I use the Cuddle Bug, so, you know, the impression might not be the same for if you had used a better machine, possibly. So I'm just going to put these here. And I guess you don't have to glue this if you don't want to, because you can stick it in the box, but that'd be kind of silly. So I'm going to go around, guys, on these little tabs and stick them to the next one, okay? Just like that. So this tab should go on the inside of the next one. I'm going to put glue on all the pieces, I think, before I continue doing that, because otherwise it's going to be impossible. So, well, if it's wet glue, it's possible, but for this, I'm putting the glue on the outside of the box, right? The outside tab. And the last one. Okay. Oh, one more. Okay, outside of the box, so that when I bring it in, that's on the inside. And again, I made probably the junkiest, quickest little box here. Oh, I did want to mention that the die, the box lid, is probably 9 inches long. So an 8.5, no, sorry, the 8.5 by 11 paper, the 11 didn't get it. So it's probably 11.5 inches long. So you need to use a 12-inch piece of paper. You know what I'm saying? So this was a 12-inch piece of paper cut 12 by 6, so it would fit on my Cuddle Bug cutter, you know, rolling area. So cute little box bottom. And again, you can make it a lot nicer if you use your bone folder and get some really nice crisp edges, but really cute. There it is. And the top. Now this is going to be fun. So when you fold this, and I don't want to tell you guys wrong, so let me start folding it. Just hopefully you can see there's in between each like little arch, there's a solid, just a, where's my bone folder? I guess I could use my nails, but I have like 10 bone folders, of course. I don't see one right now, but that's okay. So I'm going to fold it on every single one of those lines in between every single arch. And this is where I don't want to confuse you guys, because there's those lines, but there's also the arch line. And then there's the lines that go, like this one here. It has nothing creased here in the middle. I'm going to bring this down a little bit, sorry. There is no creasing in the middle. So what's going to happen is this tab is going to go into this space over here. Right now, I haven't stuck it together or anything. I'm just trying to get these lines going. So basically, on these arches, the arches need to come forward. And then the line that you just crossed is going to push back. So however you want to fold that, it's not the easiest thing. I'm just kind of using my nail in the back to guide it. Again, maybe if, you know, my rubber mat hadn't really slipped too much, this would be easier. But I'm going to go through and basically pinch out every single one of these arches so that they pop out. And that line, oh, of course my daughter woke up. That line here goes backwards. Okay, so you're making mountain and valley folds basically. This is not gorgeous, it's not easy, but it'll be cute. Okay, so I'm going to continue folding all of these arches and I'll be right back. Okay guys, as I was folding this, again, I guess I used my Cuddle Bug, I used the rubber mat. It might have been a little messy, so I took my bone folder, which I finally found, and I just went through the lines and just really pushed them in again. Okay, so that kind of helped me start folding this. And I pretty much pre-folded everything, just so you will know, because right now when we go to do this, it'll probably look easy, but it wasn't that easy. Okay, so I went through and just really bone folded everything again. And of course, with all those little things that you can put in the front. It's gonna look a little prettier, a little crisper, but this is the first time I'm doing this, so it looks a little bit rough. So what we're gonna do now is these two tabs here need to be folded back, but they also need to be stuck down. So let me move that. Make sure I have a good amount of tape on here. And just, it doesn't matter if it's facing up or down, but you're basically bringing this around. Let me do it this way. So your little ends meet. And we're gonna stick that down really, really, really well. And as you can see, it's already getting the shape of what we need it to be to fit over the box, right? So now, this is where we have to kind of start training our box to push in those little areas. So I kind of want you to see that from the top. But again, this is a long strip, it's pushing in, and then the arch is out here, okay? Only because I can tell that sometimes that might look confusing. So, and then this is the kicker. This one, you have this big long half circle that you need to like make sure is nice on either side. Right? So it starts from here to over here. So we're pushing this in. I know Sarah Davies on the video, she's like, it's just in seconds, it's so easy. It's like, okay, girl. But let me make sure we're getting this done right. This one needs to get pushed in. This is the part that's tricky right here. Okay, as long as everything gets pushed in this back piece, it doesn't have a fold on the top. It's just something you're gonna have to push in and hold on to as you're bringing it over. And it might look a little messy, and I might not get this right the first time because this is my first time making this. But let's get that going. Okay. All these little guys need to tuck in first, basically, so that this guy can come over. This is not doing it. Let me figure this out a little more. I don't want to confuse you guys, and then I will come right back. Okay. Yes, it's what I was saying, but you have to push all these in, and then this piece is going to go nestle over this piece, okay? So that's where it gets a little bit tricky. That is crazy. Look at that. And then I'm still pushing it down. And then this little notch. So that's the part that gets a little bit tricky, is that you have to really make sure this piece right here gets nestled over that other piece. And this fits in here. That'd be great if they made this the right size, you know? Look at this. I'm gonna have to, oh, okay, that's what. Okay, there we go. There we go. I guess they want this snug, obviously, so it doesn't fall back out, but it's not easy. That's what they said. That's what the review said. People were like, it's not easy. It does look cute once you get it done. So, okay, you saw that it's done. I want to discuss this a little bit. That long piece that came over is going to go in between these other pieces that are here. You see that? It's going right down in the middle and then over this, nestled back over that first piece. Okay, on both sides. It doesn't look as beat up as I thought it would because it took me a second. I thought, oh, this thing's going to come out looking really bad. But it's not too bad. And again, I probably could have done some crisper edges here, but that's it. And it kind of holds itself together. Like I'll probably put some tape there or some glue, but I didn't do anything otherwise. It looks really pretty on the top. And then it should fit over your little box. Aww. And this is the only one, I don't think you can extend it. The other ones, if you add more and more and more, they'll get bigger and bigger, but this guy pretty much is what it is. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit, maybe make it look a little nicer. But that's it, you guys. So hopefully I didn't confuse you guys even more. Maybe that walk you through some things that you might fall into, some pitfalls that you might fall into at home. So what I was going to say about the other pieces that come in the kit, and there are like, what did you say? Let me see. 35 pieces because of all these little pieces here. So basically, if you like, let's say this design. So what you can do is get like some paper or whatever color you want to play with and do a blackout of a square. Then you can also just make another square of a different color and then cut this out in the middle of the square, right? And it'll have that design. So then you put your blackout piece, the design piece, and then you stick those pieces together onto your box. Okay? And it makes the box sturdier and looks, you know, nicer. And then you have your edge pieces. It has a little tag. Same thing with these edge pieces. You can make some more fortifying pieces that will go in this area. Make that look nicer. And then it has the little strip pieces that would go in this area. Again, you can do a blackout. You can do the lacy look. You can cut out these little guys on these little squares if you wanted to, just to have like a lace look right on this. You can do whatever you like. So it has a lot of fun, a lot of customizability. A little persnickety. It's going to take some learning, but that's it. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye now.